We have 239 students graduating from OSUIT today, and 60% are graduating with honors. And this is how that breaks down. 65 of our graduates are graduating cum laude. That's a grade point average of between 3.0 and 3.49. 25 are graduating magna cum laude. That's a grade point average of between 3.5 and 3.79. And 17 are graduating summa cum laude. That's a grade point average of 3.8 or above. 60% graduating with honors. The honors graduates are each wearing a special medallion to signify their academic achievements. You will also recognize the graduating members of our International Scholarship Society, Phi Theta Kappa, by the gold stoles that they are also wearing with their regalia. And as a military-friendly institution, we also take great pride in honoring our veterans. You will recognize our graduating veterans today by the red, white, and blue cords that they are wearing as part of their regalia. This is a very accomplished group of graduates before me today. You have endured the challenges of college and the hardships of COVID-19 and have emerged victorious. Through your hard work and fortitude, you have each made yourself proud today, and I have the greatest respect for each of you. Please give yourself and all of your fellow graduates a well-deserved round of applause at this time. As with most graduations, we have a few special dignitaries and speakers that it's my privilege to introduce at this time. It's always a pleasure and privilege for us to have a member of our Board of Regents on hand for graduation. And here now to extend his personal congratulations to our graduates is the chair of the OSU A&M Board of Regents, Rick Davis. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Dr. Path. It truly is my privilege to be able to share this day with you. And graduates, I know that on behalf of the Board of Regents, we want to say congratulations to the class of OSUIT in 2021. And we hope that you recognize that today represents a true milestone in your life. You know, I'm confident that as you look back in future years on this time that you spent on this campus, that you'll realize that it was a time of personal growth that ultimately helped change your course in life. I know that OSU played a critical role in my own life and any success that I might have had as I went through my life. There will be many other factors besides this institution that are going to determine whether you're successful and how your life is viewed going forward. But I think today that we can all agree that OSU and OSUIT has played a critical role in your life up to this point. I do want to just pause and say thank you to the faculty, the staff, and the administration here at OSUIT. Like our students, it's been an extremely challenging and difficult year in dealing with the COVID issues. You've done an outstanding job, and on behalf of the Board of Regents, we thank you for a job very well done. But you know, graduates, today we're actually all here, both in real person time and also in virtual time, to congratulate you and honor you for the achievement that you have achieved. As graduates, you not only represent yourselves and your families going forward, I want you to stop and remember always that you also represent OSU from this day forward. We hope that as you move forward in your life's journey that you always work to enhance the name of not only yourself, but also of Oklahoma State University. And I would also challenge you, even though this is a day where you are honored and much of the focus is on you, that as you go through life's journey, you try to find ways to help others along their life's journey. I think that will be the most fulfilling and rewarding thing you can do as you look back. Again, congratulations on behalf of the Board of Regents.
Thank you, Regent Davis, for your words of encouragement for our graduates today. We're delighted to have you here with us. The next introduction I would like to make is for a special guest who has recorded a personal message to wish our graduates good luck and to congratulate our campus as we celebrate 75 years of educating Oklahoma's workforce. Burns Hargis is the 18th president of Oklahoma State University and the OSU system. He has enthusiastically united the OSU community of students, employees, alumni, and donors behind his bold vision of a modern land-grant university that cuts across disciplines to better prepare students for success. As many of you know, President Hargis is retiring this year, and so we are especially grateful for his remarks and thank him earnestly for his commitment to the Cowboy family.
Greetings. I regret that I can't be with you as you honor this spring's graduates. I was delighted to hear that former President Bob Klobunis is there to help you celebrate. As the Institute of Technology recognizes its 75th anniversary this year, I want you to know how important you are to the Oklahoma State University system. From its beginning as a trade school for World War II veterans, OSUIT has never wavered from its mission to develop highly educated, highly skilled professionals. OSU Institute of Technology partners with industry to make sure students receive the latest training while using the most advanced technologies. OSUIT graduates, you can be confident that you have the skills and education you need for your success. As I approach my retirement from OSU, I am extremely proud of the outstanding work at each Oklahoma State campus. I want to thank Dr. Path for his excellent leadership. OSU Institute of Technology is a recognized leader and an Oklahoma jewel. To OSU IT faculty and staff, thanks for a job well done. To the families of our graduates, congratulations. Your graduates can now start making money. And to our graduates, congratulations and go Pokes.
All of us want to thank and congratulate President Hargis for many years of dedication to the system and wish him the best of luck in his upcoming retirement. At this time, I would like to introduce the members of my senior administrative team. They're all assembled here today. I appreciate their dedication to OSU IT and know for a fact that I could not operate this institution without their talent and without their effort. So please help me thank each of them as I call their names. First is Dr. Scott Newman, our Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs. Also, Dr. Ina Agnew, our Vice President of Student Services. And Jim Smith, our Vice President of Fiscal Services. These folks work behind the scenes in many cases, but do a great deal of work to make sure that your experience at OSU IT is a good one and that you're successful with your education here. At this point in our program, it's my privilege again to introduce another very special person, our commencement speaker, Dr. Robert E. Klobunis, the President Emeritus of OSU IT. Dr. Klobunis became the institution's third president in 1983 and served for 28 years before retiring in January of 2011. During his tenure, he carved out a unique niche for the OSU IT campus in the Oklahoma higher education system, and that was as an institution providing an advanced technical education that culminates in Associate in Applied Science and Bachelor of Technology degrees to prepare graduates to enter the workforce as technical professionals immediately upon graduation. He also cultivated active involvement from more than 600 business and industry professionals to work directly with our faculty on a continual basis to assist that student outcome competencies align with the needs of employers. And that standard represents what OSU IT's business model is still today. Several buildings and programs were added to the campus under his leadership, including the Noble Center for Advancing Technology, the Donald W. Reynolds Center, and the Nursing and Health Sciences Center. He was instrumental in developing the College of the Muskogee Nation and Green Country Technology Center. Upon retiring, he served as the director of the Okmulgee Area Development Corporation in 2017 and remains active to this day in the community of Okmulgee, oftentimes serving as a consultant. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the microphone my friend and a friend of this institution, Dr. Bob Klobunis.
Congratulations, graduates, spouses and children of graduates, parents of graduates, grandparents of graduates, and all other relatives and friends. President Hargis, President Path, Mr. Regent, and other distinguished platform guests, faculty and staff, alumni, and current students. This year is OSU IT's 75th anniversary, and by most sources, it's Diamond Jubilee year. Diamond Jubilee brings about images of sparkling, enduring, and permanent. Thus, it is my distinct pleasure to share remarks about the history of OSU IT today. I decided to do this, and it'll be a little bit of a non-traditional speech for graduation. But the first classes originally started on October 3, 1946. The U.S. Army built this facility in 1943 as a hospital for treating wounded servicemen. Construction started on March 30th, 1943, and was completed in time for the hospital to open on November 10, 1943, at a cost of $5 million. The hospital, where this campus stands today, covered slightly more than 600,000 square feet, 80 buildings, all connected with some 8,000 feet of covered ramps equivalent to 26 city blocks. The ramps were necessary because many of the veterans had to go from place to place via a wheelchair. When operating at full capacity, the hospital had 1,725 beds, a staff of 400 officers and men, and about 100 Army nurses and more than 600 civil service employees. The hospital was named after Brigadier General James D. Glennon, Assistant to the Surgeon General and former commander of Walter Reed General Hospital. On two separate occasions, the east side of this facility was used as a German prisoner of war camp. The German prisoners were people with various skills and assisted with much of the farming and industrial operations in many states, such as Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, and the Dakotas. In 1945, Surgeon General Norman T. Kirk shocked Oklahoma and Okmulgee when he announced that when the patients in the 65 Army hospitals were dismissed, the Veterans Administration would determine which hospitals would be retained as veterans hospitals. The Veterans Administration rejected Glennon Hospital as a site for its veteran hospitals and stated it would be closed in October of 1946. This action set in motion the process of Oklahoma acquiring the property. At this time, Henry G. Bennett was president of Oklahoma A&M College. It was called A&M College before it was renamed Oklahoma State University. President Bennett had a national reputation for providing education opportunities for veterans. President Bennett acquired Glennon Hospital, this facility, for a vocational training facility for veterans. The facility had an appraised value of $1,300,000, but was discounted 100% in return for services to be rendered to the people of the United States. President Bennett planned for an institution of about 2,000 students, 150 faculty members that would have vocational education programs of study leading to immediate employment along with college transfer programs. That vision really lives here today. To start with, the institution would be financed by the federal government through tuition paid to veterans pursuant to the GI Bill of Rights. The first class officially started on October 3, 1946, with the institution operating under a use permit until 1967, when Oklahoma State University received clear title to the property. President Bennett selected L. Keith Covell as the first president of the institution. We are in Covell Hall today. Mr. Covell served in this position from 1946 to 1963, at which time he retired. The first class of students, 500 veterans, all males. Many of the veterans were seeking the skills needed to return to rural America as farmers and ranchers. Thus, production agriculture programs, along with mechanical programs, such as diesel mechanics, were offered for those veterans desiring to return to America, as well as Oklahoma, as farmers and ranchers. Other veterans were dealing with physical disabilities and needed programs that would provide them with the employability skills outside of agriculture. For those with disabilities, programs of watch repair, jewelry design and manufacture, shoe repair, dry cleaning, and small engine repair were offered. In the early years, only a nominal number of females enrolled at the institutions. Programs directed toward females were shorthand, bookkeeping, key punch, secretarial science, etc. From its beginning until 1979, all classes offered by the institution were a contact hour basis. They were not offered for college credit. Finally, in 1979, the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education approved the institution to offer classes for college credit. Also, in 1979, the institution was given 5-year provisional accreditation by the Higher Learning Commission of the North Central Association of Colleges and Universities. In 1984, it applied for and received 10-year accreditation from the Higher Learning Commission. In my opinion, the years from 1946 to 1979 established a strong foundation for the institution to move from a vocational education school to a college-level institute of technology. In 1979, the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education decided to award the Associate in Applied Science degree at the institution. After a few years, quite a few years, the institution provided courses that resulted in students being able to be awarded the Associate in Science degree. This transfer degree was a boost for students who wished to transfer to a regional or comprehensive university and earn a bachelor degree. Finally, and I say finally, the institution was approved for the Bachelor of Technology degree in selected disciplines after a 10-year effort. You might say that OSUIT is a maverick in multiple ways, but one that I discovered is that it does not have a charter from the state of Oklahoma. President Bennett was probably the most powerful person in Oklahoma during the time he was president of Oklahoma State University. So he just simply started the institution because there were facilities and there was a need for training of veterans. When I discovered the institution did not have a charter, I decided it really didn't matter because we'd been a line item in the state regent's budget for a number of years by that time. The original legal name of the institution was Oklahoma State University School of Technical Training. When I arrived, it was commonly known as Oklahoma State Tech. For many years, we dealt with several unofficial name changes for political reasons. Finally, I asked the A&M Regents for permission to legally change the institution's name through law. In concert with our local legislative delegation, we wrote a draft of a bill, legislative bill, to legally change the institution's name to Oklahoma State University Institute of Technology. My local delegation had the language written into an official legislative bill for consideration by the full legislature. After the bill was voted out of committee, it had to be voted on 3 times. It's a long process to get a bill approved in the Oklahoma legislature. But it had to be voted on 3 times in the Oklahoma House and the Oklahoma Senate before it was passed into law and sent to the governor. Each time, we had 1 no vote in the House of Representatives. I went to see that member of the House of Representatives and asked him what I could do to help him give us a positive vote. But he wanted to have an amendment to the bill that changed the name of this institution, and we decided up front we weren't going to allow amendments because unforeseen consequences. But Governor Brad Henry signed the legislation on June 25, 2008, that legally changed the name of the institution to Oklahoma State University Institute of Technology. This was the first legal name change of the institution since it was founded in 1946. Many other events shaped OSUIT in multiple ways. The Noble Foundation in Ardmore, Oklahoma, awarded us a grant to build Phase 1 of the Noble Center for Advancing Technology. Mr. Lloyd Noble, founder of Noble Drilling, knew how difficult it was to hire qualified technical help. And after visiting campus, he decided to award the institution money to build the Noble Center for Advancing Technology, and also provided significant endowment to award student scholarships. These Noble, at least during the time that I was here, the Noble scholarships were some of the best scholarships he had. Also, he continued to provide support for the purchase of advanced technological equipment. In 1985-86, Toyota agreed to establish its first international partnership with OSUIT. This first partnership was a springboard to develop multiple other industry partnerships going forward. Toyota called the program their T10 program, and they wanted to kick it off in a big way through the announcement. So representatives of Toyota from Japan came to this institution. The representatives wanted to put a Toyota car, on top of what is commonly known as a tech tower over here. And they did for the day that we were celebrating the partnership. But these partnerships provide the institution with millions of dollars in equipment, student scholarships, and support for faculty. Industry partnerships are a win for students, employers, and the institution. Today, this institution, OSUIT, is among the few technical institutions with multiple technical training industry partnerships. I will mention other notable events briefly that had an impact on OSUIT. I will start with the student union. Other than a gathering place in the hospital barracks, the campus did not have a student union. In 1987-88 school year, we had a fund drive in the community of Okmulgee, a financial fund drive to help us build a student union. In one day, we raised $1 million toward the building of a student union. We financed the rest of the student union through a bond program which had been long paid off. We promised the community that a new student union would be a community facility, because we didn't have a facility like this in the community of Okmulgee, and that the community could use it at no cost. The new student union was occupied in 1990. In 1995, the Donald W. Reynolds Foundation awarded us $8,082,000 to build and equip the Donald W. Reynolds Technology Center. When this grant was approved, it was the largest private grant given to a public institution in Oklahoma. Now, there's been many others since that time, but it was the largest grant given to a public institution of higher education at that time. The grant guidelines had a couple stipulations. We had to complete and occupy the center within 3 years, and we had to have less than 3% in change orders. The center was designed and built in 2 months, less than 3 years, with less than 1% in change orders. The other event was gaining approval to offer a registered nurse program. The only facility we had to house the program was the current Science Technology Building, which was originally a drafting and design program area. We remodeled the space and housed the program there in its startup operations. After a few years, the Oklahoma legislature, through our local delegation, awarded the institution $6 million to build and equip the Allied Health Center. There are many other significant events that have taken place at OSUIT during its 75-year history. But for an institution that was intended to close after the overflow of World War II veterans could be accommodated on the Stillwater campus, operated with no state appropriations for its first 10 years, offered programs of study in hospital barracks and hospital support facilities, and never codified in law with a charter by the state of Oklahoma. OSUIT is truly an amazing institution of higher education, and one that I am very proud to have been associated with for 28 years. Graduates, there's not a better place in the country for you to acquire the knowledge and skills needed for immediate employment at the technical level and also for career advancement in advancing technologies. By the same token, you're going to have to take risk and venture into the unknown. You may think you look foolish at times, but taking chances going forward is an important step you must take. Never, ever doubt your ability to make a difference in the lives of your peers and family. Our country is divided more at the present time than it has been for many years. Each and every day, reach out. I challenge you to reach out to people with different beliefs and values than those you possess. Listen to what they have to say, and try to understand the best you can. The most difficult problems we have in the world, in our country, in our state, in our community, are not technology, but people. So listen carefully, please. Graduates, I urge you to stay in contact with OSUIT, regardless of your future career paths. One of the most important things you can do is to support scholarship programs with your financial support for future students. $1 here, $5 here will mean a lot to future students, because nearly 100% of the students, at least during the time that I was here, that graduated from OSUIT had received some type of financial aid. OSUIT is your institution and has grown and developed during the past 75 years. We want to make sure that the next 75 years are as good as the past 75 years. And in just 25 more years, the institution will celebrate its first 100 years. I wish each of you tremendous success and that you will make it a point to return to the institution often, but for sure in 2046 and help it celebrate its first 100 years. Thank you and best wishes to each graduate for future success.
Thank you, Bob, for being here today and for that wonderful, inspiring history lesson. We are all grateful for your message and the insights that you brought to us. Please join me in thanking Dr. Klabanesh for his dedication and many years of meritorious service to OSUIT. It is now my privilege to welcome our student respondent, Ms. Julie Oriana. Julia is receiving an Associate in Applied Science and Information Technologies from OSUIT's School of Creative and Information Technologies. Julia is from Mounds, Oklahoma, was a member of the All-Oklahoma, All-USA academic team, Phi Theta Kappa, the Jinx Swim Club, the President's Honor Roll, and today is graduating summa cum laude. Julie was also a two-time recipient of the Milliman Scholarship and received the President's Tuition Waiver. Julie is active in her church and extracurricular activities, and this summer will be training to compete in her first triathlon. This fall, Julie plans to return to OSUIT and pursue a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity and digital forensics. Please join me in welcoming Julie to the podium.
On behalf of the Oklahoma State University Institute of Technology spring graduates of 2021, I would like to welcome President Dr. Bill Path, President Emeritus Dr. Bob Klabanesh, distinguished platform guests, as well as our faculty and staff, our beloved family and friends watching from home. Thank you for celebrating this accomplishment with us. Before I start, I would like to dedicate this moment to my late grandfather, Freddie Muy. He would have been so proud to see me here today. His memory lives on in my heart. My name is Julie Esther Oriana, and I am honored to have been selected as the student respondent for this spring 2021 commencement ceremony of OSUIT's 218th graduating class. I am graduating today with my associate's degree in applied science and plan to continue here at OSUIT, pursuing my bachelor's in cybersecurity and digital forensics. I would like to thank God, my parents, my brother, and my extended family and close friends. Without their encouragement and support, I would not be here today. I would like to also thank the organizations that have believed in me and have supported me financially through scholarships to achieve my goals. And finally, I would like to thank our deans, advisors, and teachers who dedicate and give so much to them, of themselves to be rewarded with a glimpse of our success. Over the last 75 years, this world has seen its share of conflict, heartache, natural disasters, and disease. If we would just focus on these, our hearts would quickly become overwhelmed with fear, anxiety, and stress. But over those same 75 years, OSUIT has provided people like you and me with the opportunities for turning conflict into solutions, heartache into hope, disaster into rebuilding, and disease into healing. We are the latest class in a 75-year running legacy of educational excellence that has made our communities better and able to withstand and even thrive through adversity. As I was looking for an institution that provided the degree I was interested in, my focus was on the curriculum for that degree and not so much on the institution itself. I found that curriculum at OSUIT, but I found much more. I found a staff and a faculty that truly cares for me as an individual and professional. Total strangers prior to my entry to this institution have become wonderful teachers, counselors, and friends. From the day I toured the School of Information Technologies with my dad, I felt comfortable here and was able to see how much those who work here care for their students. This is truly a special place. Having been homeschooled through high school, I sometimes wondered what college life would be, how college life would be. I got a taste of it at Tulsa Technology Center in my senior year, but coming to in-campus teaching at OSUIT was a great experience. Meeting some of you, my fellow classmates, and many instructors face-to-face was another amazing milestone of my life. And then back to homeschool we all went when COVID hit. I take a moment today to acknowledge those who have suffered loss through this pandemic. May you be strengthened and encouraged, knowing that you are not alone and that we grieve and hope with you. OSUIT has brought me to places I never thought possible. Standing here before you is one of those places I never dreamed would be possible for me to be in. I joined this institution as a shy person with a desire to further my education. And here I am today doing something that 2 years ago would have seemed daunting and outright impossible. I have grown, I have fallen, I have learned, I have laughed, I have cried, I have felt the pressure, and I have felt the joy. I know that all of you here can relate to these feelings. Standing here and sitting where you are does not happen by chance. It takes hard work. It was not easy. It was difficult. But with the help of God, the support of my family and close friends, and the dedication of faculty and advisors, I have made it through, and you have made it through as well. Reaching this point took determination. It took not letting go of our dreams, no matter how hard it would get. No matter what some people say, no matter the thoughts and opinions others may have about you, it is you that defines your success. It is you who you must conquer. It is you who you must push forward. It is you that have the control of your destiny. If you have a dream, achieve it. If you have a goal, push through until you reach it. Do not settle for bare minimum. Do not settle for being just average. The satisfaction is indescribable when you know that you have given your all to attain your goals. I am thankful for the watchful eye and dedication of my parents, for giving me the best inheritance and legacy that I could have asked for. Hard work, perseverance, integrity, truthfulness, a life of service to others, accountability to and faith in God. Academics is not enough. We must become better people. I would like to dwell for a moment on 3 principles that have been crucial to bringing me to this point. 3 principles that, if we stick to them, will help us successfully navigate the challenges in our future. The first one is integrity, nothing but truth, honesty, and trust. All components of integrity will do so much in defining us as individuals and allowing us to be differentiated from the crowd. In competitive environments, it is integrity that always remains standing. Stick to integrity in everything you do, and you will be successful. The second principle is dedication. Thomas Edison once said, "Genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration." When you put all your energy into a goal, you will accomplish that goal, no matter how hard it looks. As we sit here, we all can acknowledge that dedication was needed to get us to this point. And we need to continue using dedication more and more as we grow in our careers. And the last principle I would like to touch on is accountability. Like these other principles, accountability is contagious. In the words of Stephen Covey, accountability breeds responsibility. Accountability taking ownership of our actions is the measure of true leadership. So, what is next for each of us? Is this it? Are we done? Of course not. We are just getting started. It is now up to us to take our hard work to the next level. It is now our opportunity to go and demonstrate this same dedication, accountability, and integrity in our next endeavor. Do not settle now. You have accomplished so much. I'll leave you now with a thought that I took from a book written in the late 1800s by my favorite author called Ellen White. The eagle of the Alps is sometimes beaten down by the tempest into the narrow defiles of the mountains. Storm clouds shut in this mighty bird of the forest, their dark masses separating her from the sunny heights where she has made her home. Her efforts to escape seem fruitless. She dashes to and fro, beating the air with her strong wings, and waking the mountain echoes with her cries. At length, with a note of triumph, she darts upward and, piercing the clouds, is once more in the clear sunlight, with the darkness and tempest far beneath. So we may be surrounded with difficulties, discouragement, and darkness. Falsehood, calamity, injustice shut us in. There are clouds that we cannot dispel. We battle with circumstances in vain. There is one, and but one, way of escape. The mists and fogs cling to the earth. Beyond the dark clouds, light is shining. Into the sunlight of joy and peace, we may rise on the wings of hope. So go and face the next chapter of your life. You are unstoppable. The sky's the limit. Thank you.
Thank you for your very thoughtful remarks, Julie. I've no doubt that your abuelo muy would be very, very proud. Congratulations. At this time, I would like to ask that all candidates for graduation to please rise. President Path, on behalf of the faculty of OSUIT, I am pleased to inform you that these candidates have completed the requirements prescribed by the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education for the degrees of Associate in Applied Science, Bachelor of Technology, and Associate in Science. Consequently, I hereby recommend to you that their degrees be conferred.
And by the authority vested in me by the OSU A&M Board of Regents, it is my distinct privilege as president of Oklahoma State University Institute of Technology to confer upon each of you the degrees for which you have been recommended, with all the rights and privileges thereto.
Graduates, please note that a professional photographer will be taking your photos today to capture this special moment, and you will be able to order photos from that agency. As a reminder, we ask that face masks remain on throughout the ceremony unless otherwise directed. Masks may be removed for photos. However, we ask that masks be put back on as you exit the stage. Please wait for the usher to escort you one row at a time to the line to have your photo taken. While you are waiting to be photographed, please observe the tape marks on the floor that have been added to ensure social distancing. We also ask that you give your full attention to all of our graduates today. The last graduate is just as important as the first, and we want each of you to receive the recognition that you deserve. If you are not in the first row, please be seated at this time. Graduates of Oklahoma State University Institute of Technology, we will now begin your graduation walk.
Garyana Compton, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Science, Pre-Professional Studies. Melissa Daniel, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Science and Business. Gabrielle Leslie Van Orsdal, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Science, Pre-Professional Studies. Fallon Brittenham, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Chelsea Dean Goodwin, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Science, Pre-Professional Studies. Anise McNack, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Applied Science, Culinary Arts. Julie Esther Oriana Muy, School of Creative and Information Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Information Technologies. Nicholas Tanner Rhodes, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Applied Science, Culinary Arts. Jonathan Jordan Hubbard, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Science, Pre-Education. Kylie Elaine Bohannon, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Mavia Amanda Ann Slane, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Science, Pre-Professional Studies. Caitlin Marie Fox, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Science, Business. Kennedy Blake Charles, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Jonathan Shores, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Science, Pre-Professional Studies. Gentry Bryson, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Science, Pre-Professional Studies. Juliana Page, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Haley Glass, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Daisha Lynn Tarkington, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Ashley Dawn Labus, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Science, Pre-Professional Studies. Natalie Brianne Evans, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Jocelyn Beasley, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Tyler James Gibbs Linebarger, School of Art, Sciences, and Health, Associate in Applied Science, Culinary Arts. Jonathan Reed Batiste Jr., School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Science, in Applied Science, Culinary Arts. Elizabeth Renee Smith, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Science, Business. Kayla Clark, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Science, Pre-Professional Studies. Jeffrey Bigfeather, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Construction Technology, Electrical Construction Option. Brianna Michelle Childs, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Science, Business. Dylan Talley, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Science, Pre-Education. Natalie Miller, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Science, Pre-Education. Adriana Banks, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Science, Pre-Professional Studies. Colby Spencer, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Applied Science Nursing, Associate in Science, Pre-Professional Studies. Isabella Bacon, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Applied Science Nursing, Academic Excellence in Nursing. Hannah Dozier, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Applied Science Nursing, Associate in Science, Pre-Professional Studies. Scott Stephen Gassaway, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Applied Science Nursing. Bailey Adams, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Applied Science Nursing. Rebecca Jones, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Applied Science Nursing. Amanda Martin, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Applied Science Nursing, Associate in Science, Pre-Professional Studies. Jennifer Campbell, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Applied Science Nursing. Miguel Jaimes, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Applied Science Nursing. Courtney Thompson, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Applied Science Nursing, Associate in Science, Pre-Professional Studies. Mariah Taylor Hodge, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Applied Science Nursing. Sydney Willis, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Applied Science Nursing. Madison Kathleen LaShawn Lackey, School of Art Sciences and Health, Associate in Applied Science Nursing. Katie Ann Harold, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Pipeline Integrity Technology. Joshua Kirkwood, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, High Voltage Lineman. Dalton Ostapowicz, School of Creative and Information Technologies, Bachelor of Technology, Information Technologies, Software Development Option. Cole Garrett McNeil, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, High Voltage Lineman. Ty Kellett, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Engineering Graphics and Design Drafting Technologies. Riley Dotson, School of Creative and Information Technologies, Bachelor of Technology, Information Technologies, Network Infrastructure option. Adam Kretzler, School of Creative and Information Technologies, Bachelor of Technology, Information Technologies, Network Infrastructure option. Outstanding graduate. Brett Ray Hawkins, School of Creative and Information Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Information Technologies. Paul Brewster, School of Creative and Information Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, 3D Modeling and Animation. Dalton Hunt, School of Transportation and Heavy Equipment, Associate in Applied Science, Diesel and Heavy Equipment, Truck Technician. Caden Ty Hallman, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, High Voltage Lineman. Joe Carmen Jr., School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, High Voltage Lineman. Zachary Gaskins, School of Creative and Information Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Information Technologies. Kobe Allen Cabral, School of Creative and Information Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Information Technologies. Jaden Reese Brewer, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, High Voltage Lineman. Jesse Dean Escalante Lopez, School of Creative and Information Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Information Technologies. Jared Long, School of Creative and Information Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Information Technologies. Damian Duran, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Power Plant Technology. Robert Patterson, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Pipeline Integrity Technology. Hunter Wayne Woods, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Pipeline Integrity Technology. Jesse Brantley, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Pipeline Integrity Technology. Adeline Gutierrez, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Engineering Graphics and Design Drafting Technologies. Paul David Joplin Jr., School of Creative and Information Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Information Technologies. Landon Mitchell, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Industrial Maintenance Technologies. Cohen James Bartley, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, High Voltage Lineman. Brooks Bailey, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Engineering Graphics and Design Drafting Technologies. David Edgerton, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Engineering Technologies, Electrical Electronics Technologies option. Hezekiah David Keith, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Pipeline Integrity Technology. Devin Tyler Cruz Brannon, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Pipeline Integrity Technology. Christopher Michael Hornback II, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, High Voltage Lineman. Colton Whetstone, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Industrial Maintenance Technologies. Ryan McGee, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Engineering Technologies, Instrumentation Technology option. Daryl Hartman, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, High Voltage Lineman. Garrett Vinson, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Industrial Maintenance Technologies. Josh Trice, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Industrial Maintenance Technologies. Parker Ryan Maldonado, School of Transportation and Heavy Equipment, Associate in Applied Science, Diesel and Heavy Equipment, Truck Technician. Garrett Howell, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Pipeline Integrity Technology. Grant Abercrombie, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, High Voltage Lineman. Daniel Wyatt Nichols, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, High Voltage Lineman. Peyton Joe King, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Industrial Maintenance Technologies. Cody Green, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Engineering Technologies, Electrical Electronics Technologies option. Ariana Jade Lundeen, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Engineering Technologies, Electrical Electronics Technologies option, outstanding graduate. Taylor Hunkapiller, School of Transportation and Heavy Equipment, Associate in Applied Science, Diesel and Heavy Equipment, Truck Technician. Peyton Fromm, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Pipeline Integrity Technology. Callan Hallman, School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Associate in Applied Science, Pipeline Integrity Technology. Adrian John Reed, School of Transportation and Heavy Equipment, Associate in Applied Science, Diesel and Heavy Equipment, Truck Technician. Justin Payne, School of Transportation and Heavy Equipment, Associate in Applied Science, Diesel and Heavy Equipment, Truck Technician. Joshua Kyle Lynn, School of Transportation and Heavy Equipment, Associate in Applied Science, Diesel and Heavy Equipment, Truck Technician. Tanner Wyatt Gardner, School of Transportation and Heavy Equipment, Associate in Applied Science, Diesel and Heavy Equipment, Truck Technician. Priscilla Cloud, School of Transportation and Heavy Equipment, Associate in Applied Science, Diesel and Heavy Equipment, Truck Technician. Dylan Willison, School of Transportation and Heavy Equipment, Associate in Applied Science, Diesel and Heavy Equipment, Truck Technician. Austin Dakota Toothman, School of Transportation and Heavy Equipment, Associate in Applied Science, Diesel and Heavy Equipment, Truck Technician. And our last graduate for today, Ethan Lindsay, School of Transportation and Heavy Equipment, Associate in Applied Science, Diesel and Heavy Equipment, Truck Technician.
Got to tell you, graduation is the best day on campus, and I wish I didn't have to wear this mask when you were coming across stage so you could see my smile from ear to ear, just wanting to recognize your accomplishments on behalf of your instructors, your family, your friends, people that would be here that are not here right now. Congratulations to all of you. We are so very proud of each and every one of you for all of the hard work that you've put in and what your future holds from this time forward. Now that Ethan is back in his seat and we've got everybody seated, you can all stand up right now. Let me have all graduates please rise. You have earned our deepest respect. I want you to remember this day because you have achieved a major milestone in your life. To signify the culmination of your academic accomplishments, you may now move your tassel from right to left and give yourself another round of applause.
Proud members of the 218th graduating class, congratulations. OSUIT thanks each of you for taking part in this special event. To ensure social distancing while exiting, you will be escorted out one row at a time. Beginning with the back, please rise at this time. You're already risen. Stay risen and prepare to exit Covell Hall. Once you've left the building, we ask that you continue to practice social distancing and avoid gathering in large groups. Please enjoy a safe trip home. We are dismissed.